Okay, there it is. Okay. Hello, how you doing? We're back with Real People Good News. This is Johnny, your host, and this is our Father's Day special. So you want to get someone and share this. We want you to like, share, subscribe at the end of the segment. And I'm so excited today because I'm here with a young man that I know from when he was this young lady's age, and I'm so glad he brought her. Hey, how you doing? This is Mr. Gabriel Peace, and to let you know how old I am, when he was that age, I was like 19, I think it was. So, but I'm just so glad to have him with us today. And as you know, we bring good news from real people, and we're talking about Father's Day. And we're talking about being a father. And he's a young man, but he is a father. He's also in law enforcement. And that's as far as I'll go with that. But we just thank him so much for being here today. And I just want to give him an interview and want you to share this and with others. And it'll be an encouragement. And he is an encouragement. I mean, because like I said, once again, I knew him from when he was like this to watch him grow up and become a father himself. He's married, so ladies, yeah, he's a handsome young man. Hey, he's married, so that's it with that. As far as we going with that, so Gabriel, first of all, uh, to start off, I want to ask you what types of encouragement or wisdom did you get from your dad? You know, I'm real good friends with Mr. Robert, and we also attend the same ministry. What things did your dad actually model for you as becoming a young man, as becoming a husband, as becoming a father? What things can you think of that stood out to you that impacted you and made you who you are today?
Um, First off, I think one thing my dad did as growing up was he showed me what a friend was.
Wow.
He showed me how to, treat everybody like you want to be treated, love everybody like you want to be loved, even if it's not reciprocated. So I say that's one thing. He loved his kids unconditionally,
Yes.
and I can say that truly. He showed me how to do things for myself because he knew one day I was gonna have to leave the nest. So if it was gonna be anything, if I need to rely on anybody, before I rely on anybody else, I need to rely on myself.
Wow.
Basically, he always taught me nobody else looks out for you, look out for yourself. So he made sure he bestowed that upon me. He taught me to do little handyman work, little things on cars.
Wow.
Him and my mom had a thing in cooking, and just they just made sure I knew how to do things for myself and take care of myself before I left the nest. So I can say that's one a few good things he bestowed on me before I got to where I am today.
Wow, that's absolutely awesome, and that's what this generation needs to have, things that are handed down. You know, even my generation before me, there are certain things that my parents and even grandparents that handed down that really came in handy because those are things that I needed to be successful. Uh, and also, what about your, first of all, what is your wife's name? You're married.
My
And
wife,
what is, you also are expecting another addition, and introduce us to this young lady right
all
here.
right. So my wife's name is Maya, Maya Williams, Maya Peace now. This is Gabrielle.
Gabrielle, beautiful.
Gabrielle Peace, named after me, Gabriel.
Yes.
And then the new addition is going to be Bailey. Her name's going to be Bailey.
Oh wow, another girl! Congratulations, that is awesome. It's awesome. And so you are in law enforcement. And also you graduated from college as well, so that's a great thing. I try to tell my son, I said, don't follow the advice of others. Sometimes they'll go to school. Some people go to school, then they'll say, well, I'm going to work and I'll get back to it. But no, you continue. You may have still worked, but you continued. You didn't stop your education, and you continue to get that education. But what inspired you to pick the field of work that you do?
Well, when I originally started out at Hines Raymond at Community College, my main focus was architecture, and then
Wow.
as the classes got deeper and I went into classes like physics, I realized that wasn't for me. So criminal justice was always an interest.
Wow.
Actually, I took a test. They call it I can't remember what they call it, but it's a test that you take, and it shows you your top 10 interests. And law enforcement was my second. So I decided to start taking basic classes in law enforcement, like juvenile justice, criminal procedure, homeland security,
Yes.
and it just sparked my interest. So when I graduated in December of 19, I applied for Brandon Flowood, and then through my martial arts trainer, he was cousins with the chief of Ridgeland, so he
Yes.
said, "Why don't you apply for Ridgeland? They're looking for people." So that's how I ended up at Ridgeland.
Amazing. Awesome. That is really awesome. And I'm just so encouraged by that, because to see the success that you are, and knowing you since you were that young or younger, and it's a real ray of hope for me, and a ray of hope for any young person or any parent that has children, that you see, if we can give them the foundation and give them the wherewithal that they need to go forward and be successful, they'll grab a hold of it. And that's just so awesome. So how many years have you been married now?
I have been married for a year and 5 months.
Wow,
A year,
awesome.
5 months. Be 2 years next January.
Tremendous. And you see that young man, that is possible.
It is
That
possible.
is possible.
It is possible.
And I'm just so elated right now because of this example that is sitting before us. You know, so many times we see negativity, and we see the negative side of young men and fathers that don't stay with their families. And I understand that there are some single fathers out there. We want to give you kudos and take the hat off to those that have to support their children and they're left alone to do that. But I also want to give kudos to those that have a family, that are staying with their families, that are taking care of their wives, their children, and they're being real men. And it takes more of being a man and a father than just bringing the child to this earth, but it takes a real father to do what it takes to love that child, to give that child what it needs to be that stability and that foundation for the family. So Gabriel, man, you're looking in real good shape. So what?
Thank
What
you.
I see that muscle tone and everything. So what exactly do you do to train? Do you still work out every day, or you have a regimen?
One thing, I can speak on this. When I went to the academy for police officer, our morning routine was waking up at 4:30.
Wow.
We trained for 2 hours. We ate, and it was anytime we did something wrong or messed up throughout the day, it was physical punishment. So
Wow.
we did push-ups, sit-ups. We ran and got tires. We ran around the complex, and then at nighttime we would go to sleep at 12, then do it all again the next morning.
Wow.
So it kind of bestowed upon me a good routine of working out, I'd say. So I just do simple things like push-ups, I run, ab core workout, stuff like that. So just at home stuff, everyday stuff.
Wow, that takes a lot of discipline. I mean,
Yeah.
you look great.
It did take a lot of discipline, I can tell you that.
And remember, health is important as well. So not only do we need to be spiritually healthy, but also physically healthy plays a great part in that. So I just so elated, happy Father's Day to all the fathers that are out there. And we just are honoring one today, a really great man, one that I've known for years, know his whole family. And just I'm so pleased with what he's doing and the great father that he is. And as we get ready to end this segment, Gabriel, if there's anything else you want to say or give any advice to the young men, to the fathers, to whomever that would give them a focus of success, something to build on, what would you say to the audience?
I'd say being a father is not as hard as people think. The biggest thing I worry about is how can I bestow upon my child what my parents bestowed upon me.
Wow.
Providing for that's my main priority, and making sure that she's taken care of. The love that a child gives you is a love like no other.
Oh,
So
yes.
I would say definitely that's one of the biggest pluses of staying around and taking care of your own children. Being a young father, I thought it was going to be a lot harder, but it's been a joy more than anything. It takes a lot of patience, because you are raising another life form.
Yes.
They have to learn just like you learned, but at the end of the day, the rewards for it are great. So
Absolutely. That is amazing. I have 4 myself, which they are getting up in age, almost catching up with you.
Oh yeah.
So, but Gabriel, I want to thank you so much for
Yes,
that
sir.
interview, and that was so very encouraging. And remember, we want you to like, subscribe, and share. You know, these are things. This is some positive things that God has bestowed upon us that happen every day. The news that does not go reported a lot of times, and that is what we want to bring to you: real people, good news. And if you have any news that you want to share, send to by email pictures, or if you want to narrate, if you want to remain anonymous. Real people, good news, the number 7 at gmail.com. So this has been your host, Johnny from Real People Good News. See you next time.